Hello everyone, welcome back to Napoleonic Wars. And it is the Suisse Sunday line battle. Here on a fine deserty map. Where the game sounds are too loud. And here the Suisse 5e, there's Rick, there's Brownie, there's Kev, there's NL Wolf, there's Dommy, Houtman Dommy. It's only a matter of time till he snuffs it. And there's Johnny Voss and Aries. So, let's see who these fine fellows are supporting them. Also members of the Suisse. It is the first ELVN. And we're looking at Mao. And you've also got the first CG. There's Lieutenant Clock Time and Oberstdream leading out the Suisse 35th. Don't they look wonderful? Fine lines moving out and opposing them on the French side. No, on the British side, actually. It's the 92nd and the 1st Vistule. And in there also the 5e Hussars. So, let's see how things go. You can see the teams getting set up. The cavalry over here. Basically floating around. Looking for an opportunity to jump in and murder people horribly. Because that's what they do. Now. Let's see as we move over to look at these cavalrymen. As you can see, some people already being cut down by the musket fire. Here you can see horsey on horsey action. The 5e Hussars going up against the 64th. Members of the Suisse. They're in as lancers. Very dangerous for those Hussars. The extra reach of the lance can be deadly. As you can see, some members of the 64th have fallen. And they can come in and do Grand Theft Horsey. And make away with a replacement horse. But it's just a matter of time. Oh my goodness, it's Scotsman. It's the 92nd under the command of Adolf Greencar. Supported by a line of infantrymen from the 1st Vistule. There's Itchy, there's Scarecrow, there's Doom, there's Aim Tomato, glorious name, sir. The Pinky, and Mike Hawk. So these guys are moving away. Always wonderful to see a line. Always wonderful. Now, there you go, McLoaf. Veteran Paul McLoaf. Supported by Recruit Wellesley and Recruit Maguire. And you can see supporting, oh goodness, Benjamin having a seizure. There's somebody there who's pretty much all on his lonesome. What's going on? So there's William Wallace of the 92nd. Currently in a world of his own. So, let's see if we can find out what they're planning, shall we? The bagpipery, there's Surgeon Applepie and Carl Carlson the Piper. So Surgeon Applepie will surrender immediately, and needless to say, with a name like that, you know he's going to slice you up. So, Soldat Swagger of the 1st ELVN. And look at these fine fellows. There's Brigadier Robin. And over here you can see the Swiss 5th. And there is Oberstdream taking pot shots at the enemy down in the far side. Oh dear. Oh dear. That didn't go. Is that a commanding officer already? Is that Dommy dead already? I'm sorry, Dommy, but that would make me laugh. No, apparently not. So, Dommy, for some strange reason, seems to have survived, but sadly, Aim Tomato was aimed at and is now splattered over the horizon. Tomatoey goodness all over. So, we move in on this detachment here. supported by horses. Napoleon and Exo-France, captain. And here the 1st Vistule, supported by the fine lancers of the 5E Hussars. Look at these fellows. Oh, correction, it's a hussar with a lance. That's something completely different. So you can see these guys making pot shots at the enemy. 28 versus 29 right now. So it's all pretty even. And look at this. The 35th. There's Max. There's Oberststream. Patiently, or impatiently pacing, waiting for the lads to rearm. Reload. And here is Archibald Halford, Regimental Sergeant Major of the 92nd. Oh, William Turner! Thomas Speedy cut down. Oh no, this is bad for them. Who has engaged them? It is the 1st ELVN. Now engaging the fleeing members. Oh, look at this, the Piper coming in. Picks up the musket. And now you can see them making their way away from the battle. They've done their duty. They've murdered who they need to murder. And now they move on to their next plan of action. So, let's see. And there is Adolf. Moving up to, no doubt, support the fine fellows of the 96th veteran line, including the fine mustachioed recruit Wellesley. And, of course, another fine moustache on William Maguire. Veteran Benjamin. Yeah, that's pretty good whiskerage. And look at that. Veteran Broderick Williams. Fine mustachio indeed. Oh, we're hearing bagpipery. Piper Carl Carlson doing his duty. On the oh, goodness me. More horses moving in to support the line troops. But on the far hill, you see the firing and the powder smoke of their opponents. Now, let's see. They're starting to pull back. Well, some of them are. Kev seems very... Oh, Kev just woke up. So Kev may have gone AFK for a brief second. As the 35th continue to fire. Oh dear. As Oberststream moves out to be with his line. And here is Brigadier General Robin. Oh goodness! Oh, horse attack! It's a mass horse charge. Oh, that's nasty. Support comes in from the other members of the LVN. Oh, look at this. Fine stabbing work. Excellent stabbing work into the horses. And the horses have suffered from that engagement. So, I don't know how he's managed it, but Dommy seems to still be alive. I cannot explain this. I'm now waiting for the universe to cease to be because of the paradox. There he is. So we shall watch him as he charges into battle. Look at that fine pipe and a face only a mother could love. But one damn good meleeer, that's for damn sure. Look at that. Fine stab. And now some hot officer. Oh, God. See, green card just kills him. See, I say he's a great meleeer and he dies on the second kill. Oh, no. Carl Carlson and bagpiper pierced. This is not looking good for the officer. It's green car. Oh, he's being diddled from multiple directions. The diddling has ended. The diddle has landed. Recruit Wellesley doing good job of surviving. Look at this. Fantastic. Oh, double melee. Oh, he's in danger of being diddled. Look at him go. Oh, Recruit Wellesley, so impressive. But sadly couldn't stand up to the onslaught of many, many men. And so we move on to the next round. And here we are, the horses making their way across the desert field. Or I suppose just across the desert. Oh dear, McLoaf has stabbed himself in the head and left the server. Imperial seems to have punched himself in the testicles and fallen off as well. Here we are looking at Hussar Destras. Getting together with the lads. Yeah, look at that fine beardage of Brigadier Eagle. Supported by Lieutenant Napoleon. And fine horn work as well. So, the 92nd. The small detachment doing their Napoleonic Wars calisthenics. Getting warmed up for the inevitable confrontation. Oh God. Are they going to get barged aside by the horses? William Maguire seems unsure as to whether or not they were enemy or friend. And here comes, of course, Surgeon Apple Pie. Dr. Apple himself. Mr. A. Pie. As you can see, the face of experience. But can't be that good a surgeon if he's not managed to keep his eye, but never mind. Look at that, he's getting involved. As the members of the 92nd fire back at the enemy. Supported by McLoaf and some lights in a light formation. Let's go and have a look. Ah, Sir Lancelot. Fantastic name, sir. And these guys waiting to move. There's Chucky Wolfen, Oberst of the 64th. Members of the Suisse. Doesn't she look lovely? Fine buxom lady. And supporting the line of the 1st ELVN. There we go. Being inspected by the Adjutant Zibom. And supported on the right flank by the 35th Detachment of the Suisse. Fusilier Grax at the far end. And here he is himself. Look at that. Use of the spyglass. Checking for the layout of the enemy. Always on the move is Dommy. And there we go. He leads the boys away. There's Ares. There's Rick. There's NL Wolf. Kevin at the back. Age 04. Seems rather young. Oh, what's going on here? Who just tried to kick a rock? Oh, that was Brownie. And Lucker at the back. Or Luca, I should say. So, let's see. On their left flank, they are supported ably by the likes of the 1st ELVN. There's Brigadier Robin. Let's check out. No moustache, but seems to be going in the right direction. And these guys are following, so that's always a good sign. Especially in Napoleonic Wars. You don't really want to lead if you've got nobody to lead and they don't follow you anyway. And Obit now has sand in his shoes. Poor Obit. Imagine how irritating that would get walking around the desert all day. God, the itching. All that kind of stuff. Oh dear. So Luca just accidentally murdered Kev. As these guys are pulled back to a safer position. Oh no, we've lost Dommy. Apple Pie has been sniffing the meth too much and has now gone to sleep. He now waits. Look at that. There's eyes that look smacked off their baps. Oh, there we go. He's finally woken up. And he now goes searching after his team and his detachment in order to make sure they sniff some of the meth as well. And, of course, randomly saw legs off. There he goes. Let's see if we can find out where the action is. Oh, here we go. We're seeing some of it. A few dead horses on the hill. Now, let's see. Oh, goodness. Oh, here we go. Who's this? Who's about to get diddled? There's Triez of the 5th Hussars. And is he going to get one? He is. He's going to get a lance for that extra long distance poke on the enemy. Look at this. That's why he wants it. To take out the enemy. Get out the cavalry saber with that long slice. Oh, beautiful. And Trieste goes up against Alejandro. But no. He backs off. Drops his... Oh, that may have been a mistake by Alejandro. But he blocks the saber. He's got to be careful. Look at that fine blocking there. Alejandro trying to keep that. Look at that. Okay, well. That's that problem dealt with. Didn't end so well for Alejandro. Oh my goodness, it's Volunteer Paddy of the Irish. With a name like that, what other kind of volunteer could he be? Mad Mal at the end here from the Vistule. The first. Look at these fellows. Now, let's see. As they move out, Mad Mal and friends moving out to be supported by the 92nd, led by Archibald Halford. Regimental Sergeant Major, must be with a beard like that. And of course, Mr. A. Pye, surgeon of choice. There we go, fine bandaging work by Monsieur Pye. Dr. Pye doing his duty. Making sure everyone's healthy. Make sure no one's bleeding down the side of their socks. And then waiting patiently. And that's something that's been in Napoleonic Wars for a while now. The all charge, because otherwise regiments would just sit on the hill and just keep firing and not approach. And then, because if you're approaching the high ground, then you're at the disadvantage and there's no reason for them to change that, and it just becomes a complete mockery, and a round could go on for 45 minutes when nothing's actually happening. Yes, I've actually seen that. Oh, horse down. Horse crash. There's Trieste, he's lost his clippity-clop. And now the horse is moving in. As Juice is taken down. No, that may have been Bus. Lieutenant Bus, oh goodness. Another horse is out for the count. And here, Sir Lancelot taking down the remainder. Oh heavens, what's going on here? Citrine, they're going after the last ones. Gothtrad taken down. Recruit of the 5E. So, let's check the numbers. 11 dead, 26 alive. And 19. So, the United Kingdom definitely have the advantage. You can see them firing off all their shots. So they can't fire by mistake. Through the bodies of horses. The likes of Recruit William Maguire. Look at that. He's got the cavalry sabre for that extra reach. The curved cavalry sabre. Doesn't give as much reach, obviously, as a musket with a 17-inch steel bayonet on it. Now, look at this. They turn to fight. And there's veteran Benjamin, the first attacker. And now you can see Job, First Sergeant Bob. Sorry, done again. First Sergeant Job. Look at this. Who's charged in for the battle? Oh, look at this. Danger is his name. And danger is his business. Look at this. Oh, fantastic. Sadly, danger came to an unfortunate end. So we move over to watch the fine Mr. Aim Tomato as the British win that round. And we move on to a map change and the next round. And we are back after a map change. And we seem to have grown some trees. and it snowed. So, not sure where we've relocated to. So, we move in, get up close and personal and find out what these horses are up to. Aix-en-France, captain of the 5th Hussars. Now, this is an interesting map because obviously undulating hills like this make it easy to hide the forces. Makes it easier to transverse around the back of the enemy to get into outflanking positions. Sometimes you can see a lot of events tend to like the relatively flat maps because it makes for a very even battle. You can see where your enemy is, you can organise where you're going. 1v1s you'll tend to find on very, very flat maps. And by that 1v1s I mean one regiment versus another regiment, not one person against another. That would be slightly silly. So, the Lancers, oh dear. Alejandro derping out. Calvo getting up close and personal with Grax. And clock time of the 1st CG. Look at these fine fellows. Oh, look at that moustache. Holy crap, that's a chin and a half. So you can see they're getting a little bit leery with some horse punching going on. But never mind. Commanding Officer Chucky Wolfen waits. Oberst Zatreem also waiting. There we go. That's what happens when you start punching people's horses. They get upset. And Funky and the other members of the 1st ELVN, these fine fellows. There's Brigadier Robin. And they're waiting. Oh, hello. Our old friend, the 2-dimensional bird, graces us with his presence to look down upon the battle. I really hope there's a 2-dimensional bird in Bannerlord. That would be nice. A familiar friend. So, as you can see, they've got 3 dead on the French side. Now, it's possible they may have died from heart attacks or... Oh, God. As you can see, a slight discipline problem earlier on. And there's the most accurate pistol in the history of warfare being fired by Adolf Greencar. Fine drumming work by Doom. Look at this. Regimented, walking back and forth, as is his duty. The drumming stops, the reloading continues. The Black Watch over here with a 92nd. And here is Broderick Williams from the 92nd, moving back into what appears to be a light formation. So, now, let's have a look and see where the French are approaching from. As we fly between the trees and the bullets, pinging their way over to the enemy. And here we go. The 1st ELVN. You can see them doing their duty. Supported by the 35th Oberst Zatreem of the Suisse. There's Max. And, of course, Lieutenant Clock Time. Oh dear, McLoaf seems to have stabbed himself in the testicles and fallen off the server. There's NL Wolf, Luca, and Johnny Voss. And cavalry continues to circle in between the valleys. And there you go, you see rules. Rules for the enjoyment of the game. Now, look at that. Exo-France checking through his binoc. Or his spyglass, I should say. To find the enemy. Get an idea of their bearings. So they can form a plan. And here you can see the 92nd holding force. Let's see what they're firing at, shall we? It's these buggers. It's the first LVN. Oh, they've lost one. Oh dear. And there you go. Commanding officer drops his pistol. Picks up the musket. For that additional accuracy. As the pistol is pretty much no good to anyone. Except maybe as decoration. But that's about the limit of it. Soldat Ares. There you go. There's the pistol. Which they seem to hold like a penis. Or it just seems to be... Just strikes me as... bizarre way to hold the pistol when you're standing at attention. Just nothing short of bizarre. So I mean, just weird. Anyway. Let's see. Luca. And Chucky Wolfen. And the others. There we go. Look at this. A charge into the defending forces of the 1st LVN. And oh no, they've just lost another. That was Lieutenant Triers. And the cavalry, this is interesting because the cavalry are in a fight, so I'm not sure if they're going to be able to dismount as they're currently in a battle. So whether or not some of them will back off, I don't know. Oh, he does. Look at that. What an honourable fighter. Soldat Calvo. What an honourable fighter that man is. And then he gets back on the horse again. Why do these players make liars out of me? Oh, tell a lie. He killed the horse. And now goes fighting hand to hand. Against the enemy. Picks up a musket for that extra reach. Oh dear, down goes more horses. Who's the fighting over here? It's danger again. And he's going after some Scotsmen. The turning stab. And he got stabbed for his trouble. Watch out behind you. Oh, look at this. Down goes Calvo. Finished off. Who's that officer? It's Green Car. Oh, look at that. Fine kill. Green Car could be in trouble. He's going in for a defensive run here. Green Car gets one stab. And gets another stab. And gets stabbed himself. And look at this. So seldom you see an officer being able to actually melee and then he gets stabbed. God damn it. Well, he's a corporal, technically a NCO and not an officer, but we'll skip over those details. And here we are. Setting up at the French spawn with a suicide by Mao. Never mind. Spec Obit. No doubt specialist. Some other guys getting lined up. There we go. The first CG. Getting set up with Zatreem at the head. And Lieutenant Buss at the rear. Oh goodness me. Look at this. Very snaking all over. And Brigadier Robin leading out the first LVN. Moving in behind the line. To support his team. And his regimental friends. Oh, hello, horses. What pray are you up to, Monsieur Horsey Person? Napoleon, Lieutenant. And they're waiting, no doubt the commanding officer is scouting the area, yes. There he is, Captain Exo-France. Checking the area while wearing the most ineffectual coat ever. I suppose it's put over his shoulder because they're in battle. Needs to be able to swing that arm unmolested, so to speak. Free of any hindrance. And listen to that rifle fire and musket fire coming in over the hills. Over the hills and far away. As we move in. And find out what the flippity gibbet's going on. Oh, goodness me. What's going on here? They're having a right old set too. You can see the bullets bouncing off the earth. Oh no, we lost Spec Obit. Spec Obit just fell right on us. Right on the camera. Poor Spec Obit. The commentator's curse. Yet again. And now you can see the lads with Zatreem trying to fire back with as much firepower as they can muster. Come on, you bastard! Oh dear, I love it. Oh, is this fife-inch? It is! Doom brings in the fife this time. And goodness me, what a face. Oh no. They've lost a few Scotsmen. They're now backing up. There's Zemerov, sorry. Picking up a musket. For the eventual melee defense he knows will happen. Oh, hello, it's a sailor. Well, it's a marine, technically, but yeah. William Wallace. Of the 92nd. Taking pot shots. And now you can see the Vistol. Oh! Windstorm shot in the bottom. Down he goes. Poor Windstorm is no more. Fine fifage occurring by Lieutenant, or by Doom. To raise the spirits of the fellows. And look at this. Oh dear, it doesn't raise everybody's spirit. And it doesn't make them duck either. But it doesn't matter. The numbers are slowly being pared down. As we look up on the hill, as there's some pairing going on. This is not Bluetooth pairing, this is trimming of the numbers. Oh, lovely blocks by Kyle. And look at this, they put up that block, that musket to be able to block the cavalry saber they know is coming for them. Oh, look at that. Stabbed in the bottom. Who was the bottom stabber? It was Z-Bomb, adjutant of the Suisse. Look at that. He comes out with the medicing skills. That's a face that means business, boys and girls. Look at this. Keeping his boys healthy and blood-free, or as blood-free as possible. Now you can see the 5E here. NL Wolf moving up in support of Rick. And there's Kev. And there's Dommy. And there went Dommy. And he got team killed as well. Oh, Dommy. God damn it, man. You need to duck more often, sunshine. Poor Dommy. I feel so bad for him. Oh, he's such a nice lad as well. Never mind. All kidding aside, let's get back to taking the mickey out of Dommy. Anyway. In comes the charge. Rick. Oh, goodness me. Look at this. William Wallace with a little bit of teabag taunting. Who now proceeds to run it. Run away. Oh, goodness, look at this. Fifing until the end. Oh, look at that Doom. The brave Fifer Doom. Fifing till the very end. Did not even pull out the sword to save his life. And so we mourn the loss of a brave Fifer. Never mind. Lived for the music, did Doom. And died for it as well. And we're on to the next round in this Sunday line battle. Here you can see John Gordon, Colonel of the 92nd. The bagpipery of Ivan Zemrov. Fine bagpipery, of course. Now, let's see. What are these guys up to? There's the pistol shots to make the opponents quake with fear of the most accurate device ever invented for war. Oh, heavens. We've lost Rick already. Oh, no. And there's NL Wolf. And Dommy bleeding the bat. What is going on here? He's going to be about as effective as a chocolate teapot if he doesn't put his gun round the right way. There's always somebody. And officer aiming as well. Slain for officer aiming. So yeah, as you can see, Luca here, the special member of the Suisse 5E. Oh, they just lost clock time. Oh, look out behind. And there we go. He ain't special no more. Oh my goodness, there's a sailor. It's Fusilier Grax is in as a sailor. Brace yourself, boys and girls. It's time for a jig. Oh, and a bit of stabbing goodness coming in from this sailor. Wait till Dommy gets a sight of this sailor. Hello, sailor. As we watch Grax. Oh, goodness me. What happened there? Oh, punished. Oh no, bloody sailor. Dead sailor. Never mind. And here is veteran Benjamin, working together with Broderick Williams, supported by McCreary and Archibald Halford and Ivan Zemrov. And these fellows of the 92nd, this is all that remains, sadly, of the 92nd. How their commanding officer has survived, we can only guess. Oh dear. Is that it? No, it looks like they're now, because they're less than 3, they have to join an existing line, which is what they've done. So they've joined the other members of the 92nd. And here you can see the Colonel John Gordon and the other members of the 92nd supporting their commanding orifice as he fires back at the line. And there you go, you can see the admin French monk noticing 3 or less. Let's see what's going on as now the French decide to pull back. Funky is making his way back. Brigadier Robin of the 1st ELVN, along with Adjutant Zibom. Look at that. The braid on his collar, doesn't he look fantastic? Major Bock. Sergeant Major Bock, in fact. And Soldat Funky. Now, let's see. Numbers-wise, 14 versus 22. So, some healing being done on the fellows that are bleeding. Wow, he's bleeding pretty bad. Wow. Some serious bandaging going on there, boys and girls. Now, let's have a look over here and find out what these boys are up to. You can see them dodging around to try and avoid the bullets they know are coming in. And there we go, they're still firing upon the hill where the French reside. And now let's see as Lone Wolf snipes himself off the server. And 2nd Lieutenant Mao. Look at that. They're going to pull forward and take a pot shot at him. And they're going to run into trouble. Their commanding officer goes down. of the 92nd, and more Vistula have fallen. And the bagpipery of Ivan Zemrov. Now it's an all charge, boys and girls. And there's some naughty mounted cavalry remain. Who will probably get slain. And Doom managed to kill a teammate. He killed the man who was bagpiping. Oh, that's just mean. There you go. The cavalrymen got slain. Oh, poor old Aim Tomato. Now, Windstorm from Vistula. Working together with Itchy. Oh dear. Just lost Sergeant Major Bock. We shall watch Windstorm from Vistula as the Brits have won the round, and we're on to the last one. So, as the horses, like a Mercedes driver, just cut you up as you're trying to mind your own business and, you know, go places. Let's see, here is Kev leading the boys. Age 04, Luca, of course. There's Dommy at the back, covering the rear. Yeah, I'm not going to say a word about that. Now, let's see. So, Brigadier Robin, about to crest the hill. And looking for the enemy. They know he's out there. Many Brits, armed with muskets, await their pleasure. And there's Obit. We're going to move away from him after the last time he got snuffed out. Or muffed out, even. That too. Zatreem. Ah, Sir William Wallace of the 92nd. Checking through the spyglass is Colonel John Gordon. Look at that. A man with a moustache that's built for command. And mutton chops too. So, horses you can see scouting out the area up ahead. You can see them flowing back and forth. It's literally like watching a what's it, a National Geographic sort of channel where you're watching shoals of fish sort of circle around each other. It's quite amazing to watch, really, when you think about it. Obviously, except for when the horses crash into each other. Then it kind of ruins the immersion, damn it. So let's find out what's going on over here. No, let's go this way. And here we go. There's Bob. Let's sniff around. Here we go. Draconeer. 64th. Hauptmann. And there's Mario. Look at that. Chucky Wolfen. Or Chucky Wolfen. And Sir Lancelot invited into the 64E for this event. A very popular thing. Basically a mercenary. He's here for the money. Oh, it's a sailor again. Grax is in. Oh my goodness, look at that. And he's being met. Oh god. See, Bomb is manhandling a sailor. Oh well, I suppose there were websites for that sort of thing. Now, let's see. As we're looking around, and you can see here the Brits, the Vistula. Mad Mal at one end. Itchy. Mike Hawk. Hackfist, Doom. Beluga. Aim Tomato. Oh, it's a shame there's not a series of other AIM vegetables. Like AIM broccoli and AIM cabbage. Maybe they need a Aim carrot. Oh, goodness me. What was Akvis doing in the tree? He got kicked out of the tree. Come out of the tree, Akvis. This is no time to go tree hugging in the middle of a battle. Obviously, he is communing with nature as we speak. Look at that. A fierce face of concentration as he communes with his tree, hugging it for all it's worth, while his friends continue the battle nearby. So, Akvis, the hugging has finished, and he moves over to join the lads. So Akvis, the tree hugger, is moving out. And now there's the all charge. Oh, goodness me. Look at all these guys. Dismounted cavalry with support by Scotsmen and standard foot. Look at this. Oh, goodness me. This is going to be brutal. As is the bagpipery. Look at this. Isn't this absolutely fantastic? Absolutely immense. And there goes the slice and dice already. Look at these dismounted lancers as well. Oh, goodness me, in the centre here. Who's hiding behind a tree? It's Robin. We're watching you. Oh, look at this. It's hot officer on officer action here on the Napoleonic Wars. Oh! On the Napoleonic Wars battlefield. And look at that fine sabre he's using. How's it going over here? We follow Robin. Flanked and supported by his... Oh, there we go. He picks up a rifle musket. Oh, fine stab! His teammate behind him. Brutally murdered. And down goes poor Robin. Oh, my goodness. It's a Scotsman. It's Cole Coulson the Piper. Oh, he stabbed once and finished off. And now... yeah. Can't think of a better way to end it. Oh, poor Dommy. Never mind. As you can see, Beluga's the only man. Oh, there he comes. No, that's Grax. And here's Beluga. We'll watch him in his final fight against the forces of the French army. Oh, look at this. Oh, fine slice there into his enemy. Kills the tree. And Beluga now fighting for his life. Oh, gets hit once and diddled with the 17-incher of Zibom. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is it. Thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed. See you later.